Okay, well, welcome everybody. Welcome to what is really a space for breath and relaxation um, and allowance. So, we're going to spend time in a moment getting comfortable and relaxed. And I want us to take a moment to feel what's here. So, if we just stop what we're doing, myself very much included in that. If we just stop what we're doing and take a moment or two and notice the breath, notice the body. We're going to give ourselves permission. We give ourselves absolute permission to be exactly where we are, exactly how we are. And whatever's been present today or over the past few days, I'm going to welcome it and give it permission to be here. So we're not closing the door on anything or shutting anything out, but welcoming what is essentially into this space. We're stopping ourselves in the momentum of doing, in the momentum of thinking, which is generally a precursor to doing. And we're stopping ourselves and we're coming back into presence with the body. And just notice the body. Notice how you're sitting or lying down, and you're very welcome to sit and you're very welcome to lie down. You're very welcome to make yourself comfortable. And I think that's really important, to be comfortable, to receive whatever it is that this space might be offering. And what it's offering so far and right now is deep permission to all parts of self to be present here. And maybe there's discomfort in the body, maybe there's tension, maybe there's pain, maybe there's a feeling of being unsettled, anxious, maybe afraid. Maybe these energies are pushed down in some way. Maybe they're hidden from view. Maybe they're being disallowed. So when we come to the breath and we come to this moment and we come to this presence and we come to this awareness of the body and whatever sensations are there, we're going to allow ourselves to come towards the sensation, if there is any, and it doesn't have to be. We're going to come towards the sensation and very gently and very kindly and very compassionately say that you're welcome. Mm. And as we do that, we're going to deepen the breath. Very purposefully and very consciously going to draw the breath into the belly, if we can, or to bring the breath as deeply into our system as we're able at this moment. It may be that the belly is tight, the diaphragm is tight and restricted and resists the breath coming into the belly, and that's perfectly okay. It's really okay if that is your experience right now. And give permission for that to be there too. So we're going to bring the breath and allow the breath to gently move downwards into the body as far as it will go. And the energy of this breath is restoration. The energy of this breath that we're breathing is rest. And restoration. And what is it that we are restoring? Now let's set an intention together to restore peace. And it may be that you wish to have a different intention for your breathe, for your connection today. And that's perfectly okay too. And I would encourage you to feel into the breath and into your body and feel what that intention might be. I feel the restoration of peace through this breath. It's what I want. And I invite you to join me in that. And I understand if you have your own intention, then I would ask you to focus on that, to choose that, to create an intention, to use this space together, this breath together, this time together, to empower the intention that you're setting for yourself in this moment. And I'd like us to imagine that as the breath deepens, the breath carries the energy of that which we desire and brings it into the body. And you can breathe through the nose or through the mouth, whatever works best for you. You may want to experiment with both. It's really up to you. And we're using the power of mind to intend something, to intend that we receive from the breath throughout this time together. And I invite you to breathe fully. I invite you to want the breath, to go for the breath. The breath is an incredible tool, and yet it's more than that. It's more than just something we do. It connects us. The breath is connecting. We bring the breath into the body. It becomes a part of the experience we're having. It holds within it presence, a presence of light that sustains the form. It's a symbol, in a way, of the dependence of soul on the love of God. But as we breathe breath, as we breathe deeply, we participate in life, in the flow of life. When we want the breath, when we open more fully to receive the breath, we open to receive a flow of life. We say yes to life when we say yes to our breath, because breath is life in that sense. It represents that. And often there's a great resistance to life, and that is perfectly understandable. In light of recent and not so recent events in the history of soul, we have learnt and trained ourselves to resist life through fear. And as we open gently, slowly, more and more deeply to the breath that life is, we begin inch by inch to say yes again. So my invitation is to say yes to the breath for this time that we share together. To let the breath come deeply into the body, to breathe fully, wholly, to open the mind to receive that which the breath can bring, to ask for the breath to bring into this system of experience that we call self, to ask the breath to bring for me the restoration of peace. For you, whatever it is that you set your intention upon. And we'll settle down into the breath and let the breath come in when it's time to let the breath come in, and say yes to it and allow it deeply into the self. And when it's time to let the breath go, let it go. Really, truly let it go. Hold on to nothing. Then whatever arises from the body, which is to say, whatever arises from the depths of your mind, as we breathe together, let us make space within. so that it might be received and held softly in open arms. And if fear arises, may we enfold it together in the soft embrace of breathing love, of love's breath. And let us meet everything like this in this space together. Maybe we could open in perfect allowance, in the deepest of breaths. Maybe we could allow love to move through us and our minds, to embrace. All that arises, to meet our creations from the past and the present and the future. In the simplest of expressions that requires no language, no words of mine, no lofty thoughts, no teachings. Maybe we could meet ourselves beneath intellect and in pure feeling. And maybe we could allow that feeling to be suffused with the light that we are, with the light that hides beneath and within the breath, until we choose to see it and receive it within ourselves. Maybe we can breathe that light straight into the very core of who we thought we were. And let us let the breath flow with that light into mind, who knows what gentle alchemy may unfold from breathing light. To respire, to breathe, to inspire, to breathe, to receive the spirit into the form, to breathe the self into deeper life here in this moment, to breathe self, spirit, life into fullness, so that the fullness of self, the fullness of spirit might be felt in the form of the human body. To breathe spirit into form, to re-spirit, respire, the respiriting system of breath and light and truth. Returning alignment to the mind that has reveled in misalignment, to return truth to a mind that has grounded itself in a falseness. I invite you to breathe deeply and more deeply still, to welcome yourself back home into the body, to welcome the wholeness of yourself back home into the body. To welcome this light of soul that spirit is, that love is, that God is, to welcome this into the form through the breath. And it may be that you wish to feel yourself breathing with the whole of your body, as if the very pores of the skin open with the in-breath and draw the breath, light, the truth inwards. This light permeating the skin as your whole body breathes, breathing light. The skin opening gently and softly in love to receive. The exhalation softening the entire form, relaxing. We give permission still for all to be present, for everything to be there just as it is. We seek to change nothing in this moment. Everything is invited to relax in a field of safety where nothing is coming to change or fix or maneuver or make wrong or right. We drop beneath the intellect and mind into the feeling of love and simply breathe with the body, opening the cells, opening the pores of the skin and inhaling deeply of the air, of the light that surrounds us, that holds the form perpetually, infinitely, eternally, being held in this field of light that the breath is, that the air is. We breathe this in through the pores of the skin, in, letting go when it's time to breathe out, truly releasing the self from the perception that we need to do anything other than simply be where we are and recognize and acknowledge that light is present, that love is present now, and that that love that is present in the air is present within us. As we breathe in these photons that move constantly in the realms and dimensions of time and space, carrying light. As we breathe in this light, this pure life force energy, bringing this energy in through the skin, to the muscles, to the fascia of the body, letting the breath and this light bathe the muscles and the fascia, letting it unwind and unravel the knots of tension, the restrictions, the suppressions, the contractions, letting it unwind in love and light as we breathe and let this energy move through the tendons and the sinew, the muscles, the fascia, the veins, the different systems of the body being blessed by this light as we breathe in and out and in and out, welcoming this light into the form, welcoming the love that is here to permeate. As we relax our boundaries to the energy of the divine, to our own light, to the spirit we are, we welcome the light of that spirit in the breath to permeate the body through the skin and into the muscles and the fascia, the sinew, the tendons, the ligaments within the joints, the circulatory system, the respiratory system, the lymphatic system, the endocrine system, the neurobiological system, the electrical system of the form, letting the light enter into the bones, the skeletal system, into the marrow within the bones, letting the light permeate you more and more deeply still. As we breathe, it's light washing through the cells of the body. Every one of those systems constructed from the DNA held within the cells, programmed to create those substances, to pull together those molecules of elements, bathing in light, those elements and those molecules within every system of the body. Letting that wash through your system. Coming into the breath. Letting the light of the breath move deeper still into the very elements. And within the elements that construct every molecule, that construct every cell, that construct all of the systems of the physical body, heart and mind. We move into the atomic, into the very elemental structures, the foundational structures, the atomic structures, the trillions and trillions of atoms that are vibrating in frequencies right now that we bring into resonance with love through this breath, breathing light right into the atomic level of creation that your body is even now. Just relaxing and allowing the light to permeate more and more deeply through the layers of creation until the very subatomic particles that are sitting beneath every perception of form are being informed even now by this breath, by this light, choosing alignment, choosing to come into harmonious resonance with love, with the feeling of love in the heart that comes from the breath, from the intention, bringing that into these infinite, eternal, vibrational planes of quanta, setting forth waves upon waves of loving vibrational quality that travel up from that space, the resonance of love that has been breathed into them, moving through from the quanta, from the protons, the neutrons, the electrons, the photons, and many more besides, moving through these waves of particles, this loving intention, this remembrance of what's true, restoring peace to the foundation, restoring truth to the foundation, restoring love to the foundation, restoring life to the foundation of the form. Breathing that love through every instant of creation that is present here in body, letting the frequency of love and light reverberate from these quanta into the atoms. These atoms bound into molecules, these molecules bound into cells. With the primary frequency of vibration, the primary frequency of the bonds that hold the form together. We breathe love right into that. To respirit the form. We give way now to the breath. And simply allow. Breathing together. It's one breath, one heart, one flow of love and light, one movement of soul. welcoming the alignment that comes from choosing love with every breath that we breathe. Welcoming everything, every movement of the body, every thought, unjudged, allowed, set free. Simply returning to breathing and being. Letting go of the need to police the self, the mind, the body, to make it something else other than what we have already made it. Turning simply to innocence and wonder. Letting the breath come down more deeply into the body. Touching every layer of this physical creation. Letting the breath smooth away the ripples of our emotional self, our emotional experience. Letting the breath calm the mind. Restoring not just peace, but self into this earthly home, into this physical vehicle. Breathing self into wholeness, one breath at a time. Relaxing. And relaxing doesn't necessarily mean that we dissolve all the tensions that are there. It really means that we allow them fully. We do not fight against them anymore. We do not try to unwind the tightly coiled. We do not try to relax the grip. We simply allow it to be there. We let go of our resistance to that which is. We relax around it and surround it with that relaxation and allow it to be just as it is, as we recognize ourselves to be something else. And as we breathe, so we let that breath move through our relaxed state and surround these places in perfect love, in perfect allowance, giving space and spaciousness and time. Giving a blessing of perfect acceptance of just where we are. Who said you had to be any different than this? You do not. You are just so, and perfect for it. And if there is anything to be undone, it will be undone in time. And the more we are relaxed around that which is contracted or dense, the easier it is for love to move, for life to breathe, for truth to be restored. We're going to breathe together for another 5 minutes. 5 minutes of breath, 5 minutes of being, 5 minutes of allowing. Let us breathe fully. Let us want the breath for these 5 minutes. Let us want ourselves to be full and whole in this body and mind. Let us want to feel and breathe ourselves more deeply into presence in this body here and now. And let the breath bring the medicine of love into form and mind. How deeply will you dare to breathe the love and the light of creation, of life itself, into this moment? Will you say yes? Will you choose peace? Will I choose peace? And will we abandon our attempts to resist this simple flow of love that breath is? Will we abandon our insanity together and choose instead to receive the love that is present always in every breath, and let that breath bless us all day, every day. And let this breath come deeply into the body and fully into the heart. Let the whole body expand, inflating the belly and the chest like a big balloon. Letting the light of the breath fill the whole being, from the tips of the toes to the top of the head. And gently smiling inwards to the self, as we remember not the thought of truth, but the feeling of it, the feeling of what's true. We bring our attention to the heart, to the center, and we give thanks to ourselves and to God and to breath and to love and to each other. As we breathe so deeply and fill the whole body with light, as we restore peace to the mind that once chose fear. And when we forget again what's true and real, when we forget again what love is, who we are, when we forget again, may we remember the breath that brings the truth, the spirit back into form and restores wholeness to the self. Amen. And to all those on the recording, thank you for breathing with us. Your breath is felt through time and space into the sanctuary of our joining, our communion, and your presence is felt in the heart, and it is appreciated greatly. Thank you.